So what I've got here is a customer's brand new Scout 430, and he ordered a bait tank, and he ordered a track from the transom to the middle seat. He's put in on a swivel seat, and we have on the back, we have transom brackets for his transducer and for the bait tank pump. In this video, we're going to install an Atwood 6¼ inch quick disconnect for a swivel seat. This is the setup that I see people often use on the Scout. The Atwood 6¼ is the right size. There's an Atwood swivel that goes on the seat that matches up real nicely to this. What most people seem to do is put it off to one side or the other, depending on which handed they are, so they have just a little more room to reach around the seat and work the tiller on the motor. In this case, this customer wanted it so that this edge of the seat was dead center and we're slightly offset to the starboard side. It's really arbitrary and a personal choice exactly where you put it. But once we decided where it was put, I put a couple of pieces of tape down to mark where it goes so that I could reference it after that. The next thing about placing this seat is you put it forward so that these holes miss the edge of the seat, but are as far forward as you can get them. And that was to give just another ½ an inch or 3/4 of an inch of room behind the seat for that tiller. It's not as important on the 430, but on the 365, this is really critical to get as much room as you can get behind the seat for the tiller. And then I'll talk about all the various things you need to do the project. Now, if you have my track system, the Big Fish track system, and if you have a track on this side of the boat, the side of the boat closest to the seat, if the seat is offset, when you rotate the seat, it could very well run into the knob on the track on this seat. So to solve that, I make a riser. You buy these in ½ inch pieces. So you can use 1 or 2 of these to raise the seat ½ an inch or raise it 1 inch. And it has 4 holes, and the holes just line up with the bolts. And so go on like so, and you stack up 1 or 2 to raise the seat 1/2 inch or 1 inch. So if you do that, then instead of the 2-inch bolts I'm going to talk about that you need without this riser, you need 2½ inch or you need 3-inch bolts to accommodate the extra height of the riser. So next we'll get on to describing the bits and pieces of this you need to do the job, and then we'll actually install the seat. So this is what you're going to need to do the project. Of course, you'll need the seat mount. You'll need a Phillips head screwdriver, a 7/16 inch wrench or a 7/16 inch nut driver. You'll need a 1/4 inch drill, and you'll need 4 bolts, 2 inches long, stainless steel, flat head, 4 stainless steel 1/4 inch washers, and 4 stainless steel nylock nuts. Okay, the 2-inch height is the right height to use if you're installing this directly to the seat. Now, in some cases, if you have my track system and have a track on this side and you've offset the seat to this side, when you try to rotate the seat, it can run into the knob on the track. And so you might need to raise the seat. And I make a seat riser, and the seat riser is a ½ an inch thick, and it matches up with the bolts on the Atwood quick disconnect. So you could put in 1 to raise things ½ an inch, and you would put in 2 to raise them 1 inch. In that case, if you put in 1, you need 2½ inch length for this bolt. If you've put in 2 of these to raise the seat 1 inch, you need 3-inch flathead stainless steel 1/4 bolts. Make sure you get stainless steel. Make sure the nuts are nylock. So I've got the Atwood part located right where I want it, about a ½ an inch margin back here. Front holes are pretty close to the edge, but not too close to the edge. And so I'm just going to hold the seat down, use the holes in the seat, in the disconnect as my guide, and drill a 1/4 inch hole. Okay, we're through. We're going to take the filings off the boat here. And you do want to come back with a vacuum cleaner and clean up all the filings you generated. Okay, so then we'll take the first bolt here and actually install it. And that will help us lock the seat position down to where we need it to be. And it will be hard to turn once it gets into the nylon portion, which locks the nut. So I'm just going to tighten this guy down. It's not super tight, but tight enough. Okay, now what I'm going to do is do the opposite corner. And when I get that one done, that will lock the seat in its final position for the other two holes. So using this progression of one hole, lock it down, it's going to help make sure all my holes are aligned when I'm all finished, which of course I really want. Okay. Seat is actually locked in position. The quick disconnect is locked in position. Now I can drill the other two holes. So I don't really need to put the other two bolts in right now because I know everything's going to line up. So now I'm going to undo everything and clean up all the filings. You know, once you located the seat, you could do this whole process off the boat, and that might make more sense for keeping filings away from the boat.